Well, time now for a check on some of the top stories that are getting attention online. It's MediaWatch with Emma James. Hi there.
Hi there.
And we have been talking a lot about this new push, a new tactic perhaps to stem the flow of migrants into Europe. It seems that this issue still has Angela Merkel personally facing a lot of criticism online.
Yes, absolutely. The spotlight is still very firmly on the German chancellor because this issue with the idea of refugees welcome, which was very famously her sort of reaction to the initial crisis, has put her at the forefront of what people are now starting to see as a real backlash against this idea. Now, you were just talking about the carnivals in Germany, and in Dusseldorf, their carnival was cancelled. However, we have been able to take a look at some of the carnival floats, and they had a very political flavour there. Now, this particular one has the words Flüchtlingswelle written on it, which basically means wave of refugees, and it's turned Angela Merkel upside down, and you can see she is about to sink. So very, very political there in Dusseldorf. Other ones that they're looking at, the Cologne New Year's Eve attacks. They're poking fun at this one with a woman saying, next New Year will be so beautiful, because she's about to light a rocket with two sexual predators strapped to it. Looking at some of the other things that they've come up with, it's not just Germany that they're looking at the political situation more broadly than that, globally even, with the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan featuring very largely here, raising a glass of Kurdish blood with an Islamic State militant. So really quite grim stuff, but it shows the kind of feelings that are riding high in Germany right now. And there we have Donald Trump with Make Fascism Great Again featuring on his hairpiece. Now, in reaction to those images, this particular Twitter user has said conservatism is somehow fascism now. He says it's illegal to speak out against Merkel and economic migrants in Germany. Now, obviously, that's an exaggeration, but there are other stories circulating that make you understand why people are starting to feel that that is the case. The former head of ZDF Bomb, ZDF, a national broadcaster in Germany, now that he has stepped down, has actually gone public with the information that how much the government interferes with what they broadcast. And of course, it was ZDF that had to formally apologise when it came to light that they had really covered up those Cologne sex attacks and kept it all very quiet. And it was about 5 days, really, before it hit the headlines in Germany. So that's an interesting look at really what's kind of affecting German viewpoints. Some other figures that I've uncovered, this one from a television survey, and it's a screen grab of what was actually being said on TV. Does Angela Merkel control the situation yet? 92% say no, 8% say yes. Der Spiegel has this graph which shows how her popularity has plummeted in the last year, from just over 75% down to just over 55%. And the little bookmarks that they have are all issues to do with the crisis, the refugee crisis. So it's all really adding up to not a great time for Angela Merkel. This particular article finishes with the words, the screenplay for Merkel's downfall hasn't yet been written, but an initial rough draft already exists.
Dear, tough times for Angela Merkel indeed. It's not just Germany, of course, that's preoccupied with the migration situation, is it?
No, we've seen a lot of protests across Europe this weekend in support of Pegida, which is the German far-right group. And there was one in Calais. But the reason that it's particularly caused a lot of consternation and controversy here in France is because of one of the people that was arrested at it. There were only around 150 people at this protest in Calais. 20 people were arrested, and it included a former commander of the French Foreign Legion. General Christan Piquemal was among those arrested when basically they were warned to disperse because it was illegal for them to hold that rally because of the state of emergency that France is currently under. However, they didn't disperse. General Piquemal was among those detained. Others were detained for carrying weapons, including knuckle dusters. But this obviously has the support of, unsurprisingly, National Front politician Marine Le Pen, the niece of Marine Le Pen, who leads the party. She's expressed her support, saying that it's unjust and brutal, the arrest in Calais. Elsewhere, people saying is it a monumental error or an abominable provocation by the socialist state? And then the image that we're so familiar with now, je suis Piquemal instead of je suis Charlie.
I'm so sick of that meme already.
It does get used for absolutely everything.
It's
now.
an easy way to show your support, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But
it's not just in France, because there are people tweeting about this across the world, even though this is only a French general. Thank you for your service, but we want a new France, a France where patriotic Frenchmen are in jail, says this one. And another tweet on this issue, the EU is truly descending into madness. Now, one right-leaning politician, Dominique Boussereau, who decided to actually stand up for what had happened in Calais and said it was wrong to take part in an extremist protest during the state of emergency, got very, very strong criticism online, thousands of replies to this, including from another National Front politician who says, without doubt, General Piquemal has done more to serve France than you with your lessons, you little politician.
Oh my goodness, very heated indeed. Thanks so much, Emma James there with Media Watch.